Yes. Okay, I feel like every time we do a little podcast, I feel like we should because me and you have really horrible communication. I feel like you're very sensitive, I'm very sensitive. And when I talk, I'm very like I want to be honest, but I say it very rude. Do you agree?
Yeah.
And I feel like you just shut down. You're not having it. Like you're just I'm not having this conversation.
I feel like I just ignore you when you get to that point.
Yeah, and I feel like that's not good because that's not how we create healthy boundaries, especially if one day we have kids. I want my kids to be able to tell you stuff, and I want your kids to be able to come to my kids if you have kids, because I don't know, you're like flip-floppy on that decision. But I feel like, yeah, we should talk about like things that had bothered us throughout the week with each other so we can get better, because this is like our safe space.
Should we have like a little box where we could write it down so we don't forget it?
I'm gonna write it in my notes.
Okay.
Because I have my phone all the time.
Okay, cool.
My hair's like so steady.
Okay, so what topic do you want to start off with? Because we have a few topics that we want to.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you feel like you need to get something out of your chest, like what you told me earlier?
I feel like I already addressed it. Like.
Page for the camera. So we can get into a habit of doing it.
They're just like me. I just felt like certain things that you said, it was like towards me, but then you were like, no, it wasn't towards you, it was towards the other people. So then I felt kind of like, oh my god, like I didn't know that's how you feel, but I was like, I don't know if she knows that she does that, so that's why I ended up telling you.
No, I feel like when I say certain things, I feel like people like understand how I'm speaking, but I speak like very like direct, like how I think in my brain is how I say it. And I feel like that's the problem because you guys obviously are not mind readers, and I feel like I need to work on it, but it makes me feel awkward because I feel like I have so much tension and so much anger in my heart, and it's not like from you guys. It's like when I mean you guys, I mean like my aunt, my cousin. I feel like, and well, because I have a lot of aunts, I'll say Aunt A. I just don't know how to communicate. Like I feel like I have so much anger in my heart. Like I'm happy, but I have so much anger that I didn't know that I had this anger. I went from being sad to being angry, and I feel like hopefully the next step in my journey is acceptance of what happened.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys have to try to understand it more from my situation, too. And I'm not saying that it's an excuse for my behavior, but I feel like I also am very alone. Like I only have you. That's it. And I have my other aunt, which she's very like religious. So you go from like being completely to this spectrum, and she goes from being completely to this spectrum. And then there's me. I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
Because we think completely different. And I just don't have my parents, and I don't really talk to my sister like that. And I've tried to address the situation with her too, and it just doesn't get any better. So like I feel a little alone. Like I know I'm not alone, but I feel lonely.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so I just get frustrated sometimes, especially when like things don't work my way, because I don't have much control in my life right now. So I feel angry.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And this is my child. Sorry, buddy. He's very shy. He doesn't like being on camera. He's shy. He said, "Put me down, bitch." I adopted him like 2 years ago now.
He's getting old.
I know, he's turning 3 soon. You know that?
When? In July?
July? No, June. I think, yeah.
June's are Geminis.
No, he's a Leo then. What's a Leo?
I think it's July or August.
August. I think it's August.
Okay.
It's a Leo baby. I love me some Leos. Love me some Leos, as we may know. But yeah. Okay. I don't know. So the next topic that we're going to talk about, what is it?
Which one do you want to pick? Because we have a little list of things that we wanted to talk about in this episode too.
Okay.
Just pick a random one that attracts to you, and then I'll pick the next one.
Oh yeah, the one that I was gonna ask personally. How do you feel like since we're like terrible at communicating, And also women end up leaving a relationship like way before it's done.
That's
do you
true.
feel when do you feel like you're done giving a fuck in a relationship when you do certain things? Like what is your thing? Like your cry for help without saying help.
I feel like once I stop caring of certain shit they do that used to bother me. That's when I know I stopped giving a fuck. And also when I just, when you stop getting like jealous, like, the normal jealous, like that too. Or like when you have like no interest, or like you're just, I start like not wanting to do anything with them anymore. And then I stop enjoying to do stuff with them. And I'm just like, when everything they do or say annoys you. Yeah, that's a big one.
When the TikTok says, "How you gonna like a motherfucker when you can't even like when they're smiling?" I felt that.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I feel like I need to stop fidgeting with my hands. For me, it's more like I don't want to have sex with them.
That too. That's a big one. That's a huge one.
I immediately don't want to have sex with them.
That's a big one.
Like with like my ex, I stopped having sex with him 2-3 months prior to us breaking up.
I was like noticing, I was like, damn, I already went a month without having sex with this person. We still have sex every day. And my ex was not having that shit. Want to beat my ass over that shit. Like,
bitch, mine was, remember?
I was like, no.
Mine was trying to cause attention by doing other shit.
Yeah, it's like, baby, that's the one thing about women. We'll be over we'll fall out of love before the relationship ends, and then the men, they go over the breakup after, and we go through the relationship. That's why sometimes they're like, oh, women get over guys so fast. I never noticed
that, but I think that's true.
But it's true.
Another thing, like, that I will say from experience, if you guys learn anything from me, don't ever invite bitches over to your house. Unless
ever.
You 100, not even.
No,
just don't invite bitches to your house.
No bitch.
To meet your man, just because.
At all.
I feel like, you know what, like, me and my ex were very toxic. I feel like when we found each other, he found me at the perfect time when I was vulnerable. He found me at the perfect time when I wasn't talking to my mother anymore, or I was barely talking to my father, and we had just started talking again. I took a break from everyone. It's not because I was mad at anyone, it's because I could not hear myself think with all of this drama, all of these conversations. Everything around me was just too much. I would get upset at the smallest things more than I do now. Now I just get upset when I'm hungry, and my problem is I can't eat, but that's fine. We'll talk about that another time. But right now it's just like I needed to get away. I felt like I was suffocating. I felt like I couldn't think clearly. I was desperate. Like if I didn't take that break, I would not be right here right now. Like I needed to set clear boundaries, and this was before I even started therapy. Like I was running out of options, okay? And I was doing things that I shouldn't have been doing just to like numb the pain, and I just and when I found him, he literally would go out all the time. He wanted to drink and party, and I was like, that's where I'm at too, baby. Let's go.
You're like, let's
go. Let's get litty as a titty, and I'm not paying for shit. I'm like, I love it here. And which is like not something that, I mean, I'm used to it, but it's not something that I don't go out all the time. I don't go out to drink. If it happens, it happens. But at this point, I was like, I'm drinking every day. I want to drink as soon as I get home. Like, I want to do something before I go to work. And I was really in a bad place. And then I met him, and it was like, it clicked. And then it went really fast. Within like the second day, we were already sleeping together. Then 2 weeks prior, we were dating. And then 2 weeks after that, we moved in together.
That's fucking crazy.
It happened really fast. And we were traveling a lot. This man, I will say, destroyed me in a completely different way than I thought anyone could. And the worst part was that I don't think I ever loved him. I think I was infatuated with what he gave me, that rush, that adrenaline. I don't think I ever loved him.
Yeah.
Ever.
Isn't it crazy how, like, people that you really don't love, they be trying to, like, I don't know for you, but, like, for me, it'd be, like, hurt you kind of the most, in a way.
Yeah, because, listen, when God tells you that somebody's not fucking for you, and you want to listen, you want to keep going with it, God's like, watch, I'm going to show you why this person's not for you. You should have listened to me in the first place. So yeah, and then I ended up finally talking to her again. I was reconnecting with everyone, reconnected for my mom for a little bit. And then she brought her friend over, and I'm a type of person, like, I'm a girl's girl. You want to bring your friend over to come drink with us? Bring her. The more the merrier. You guys want to get ready at my place? You guys want to use my makeup? Cool. Bring your own brushes and your own sponges, though, because it's nasty. But yeah, come on. Like, everybody come. Like, let's have a good time.
Mistake.
I introduced them. Come to find out, when I left the relationship, I had to get a restraining order because it was a domestic violence restraining order. I'm not going to say too much. That's what it was, and I had proof for everything. And it just went through in February 27th, and it took 2 months for it to go through, because I put it in December.
Yeah.
So it took 2 months, and almost 3. And this girl messages me. She's bold as fuck. Like, I'll give you that, mammy.
Audacity, bitch.
You is bold as fuck. You is bold as fuck, ma. You is bold as fuck. And she was like, hey, I just gotta ask you a question. Did so-and-so, we're gonna name him John, did John ever put his hands on you? And I was like, excuse me?
This
like,
irrelevant ass bitch.
I was like, for one, you're bold as fuck to come and message me after you already are sleeping with someone, after I allowed you to come into my home, I allowed you to be a part of my life, I allowed you.
That's some fake shit right there.
Everything. And let alone yeah, okay. And then come to find out that they've been sleeping together, and he's been messaging her, well, girl, you're not doing a good job, because he was still blowing up my phone until I changed my phone number not that long ago.
Literally, like, back to back.
Yeah, and I literally just changed my phone number, and I didn't want to change my phone number because there was stuff going on with my car and my job, and I just couldn't change my phone number, so I had to wait a little bit. And then when I finally changed it, the restraining order goes through. So, like, I told her, I'm like, bitch, fuck you. You're disrespectful as fuck, and I see why my cousin's not friends with you. And she's like, well, I don't owe you nothing. And I was like, it took me a moment, because even though she did what she did, she is right. She owes me fucking nothing. He owes me nothing anymore. And clearly he owes me nothing if he was already trying to step out.
Disloyalty. You
know what's more embarrassing? When they try to cheat on you and nobody fucking pays attention to them.
Exactly, like
you're trying to cheat and you're trying to holler at bitches, and bitches
you
are not even paying attention to you.
Like, how embarrassing. You're humiliating me out
And
here.
then you sleep with somebody that has 4 kids and they don't know who the baby daddies are.
It's not giving at all. You're with Patrick Star, Mr. Plankton, and that's what the fuck you deserve, bitch.
But at the end of the day, I really hope that he heals, and I hope that she heals, and I hope that they make each other very happy. And I told her, don't fucking message me. It is not my responsibility. It is not. I'm not getting involved. Call the police.
Here we were here. How are we supposed to be Captain Saberho, bitch, when you were literally grimy as fuck? We were friends, all 3 of us, and you're over here being a homie hopper. It's not giving, bitch. Like, you trying to get people scraps and sloppy seconds. You're a nasty ass bitch. Can't get your own man. You thirsty as fuck. That's why every man fucks you. Pussy's trash. Dips. Like, no.
That's true. And he was also about to propose to me, so it's like more trifling because she knew that.
Try life. Like, bitch, get out of here.
Yeah. She really thought, because he had me living lavish. Like, we had a loft in the middle of downtown.
We're gonna say some embarrassing
trips.
We're gonna say some embarrassing shit about this bitch. This is the type of bitch that he fucking settled for, because that's what his trash ass deserves. This bitch broke her fucking neck, came into work with a black eye, and her nose was like all fucked up. I'm like, what happened to you, girl? Like, I literally saw you the other day. You was good. She said, this guy came from Texas. They slept together. Mind you, he went to a party without her. When he was supposedly coming to spend time with her, and he tells her at 3-4 in the morning, come pick me up from the party. I'm too drunk to drive. This girl had a couple of drinks and was half awake. She gets out of her bed, picks this man up, drops him
up.
She picks him up from the party. She's half awake because she was sleeping because it was fucking late, and drops him off home safe. She's driving back home. She's exhausted, falls asleep driving, freaking hits a pole. Boom, car accident. She's in the hospital. He doesn't visit her. And then she messages him, letting him know what happened. He says, that's what you get for drinking and driving. When she did a favor to him. That's karma for your ass. And that bitch keeps getting karma, clearly. Fuck that bitch. Yeah, that's the type of bitch he settled for.
And you know
a lame
what?
bitch. I could never.
I don't know if this is like
Mm-mm.
I have angels or whatever, but anytime someone hurts me, those people end up getting the worst thing back.
Okay.
And when me and him broke up, the first thing that happened is he got into a really bad car accident. And he didn't even tell me. I didn't even know. The only way I found out is because when I woke up the next day, because I had to park on the street. Because when we live in downtown, we have a loft. You have to pay for a parking spot. And we only had one because we only had my car. Because he's a bum. Actually, he's not a bum. I shouldn't say that. He's a bum, but he's not a bum like he's broke. It's not like that. It's like,
Bum
why am I
energy.
defending him? Anyways, I had to park my car on the street because he told me, don't be parking in my spot, blah, blah. And even though there was only my car, but I didn't want to argue with him. And so I parked my car in the street, and I go downstairs in the morning to go get ready to go to work, and there's a car in my parking spot. And I'm like, he doesn't have a car, so whose car is this?
Right.
And he's texting me. I'm talking to this guy, anyways. Okay, I don't know why I'm cheesing. Anyways, what else was I saying? Oh yeah, there was somebody parked in my spot, and the car was completely destroyed. Like, crumbled up like a tortilla. Like, it was gone. And I'm like, hey, whose car is that? Like, I go back upstairs because I'm concerned, and I go check on him because even though we're not together at this point, I'm still on the lease for another 2 months because getting an apartment here is fucking horrible, okay? So I had to stay there because I had nowhere to go. And my name was still on the lease until the end of December, so we were still, like, cordial. And he was like, well, me and my friend were driving, and then a car come out of nowhere and hit us.
Like, drinking and driving.
I'm pretty sure he was drinking and driving because he already had a DUI, but I'm pretty sure the friend took the fault.
Embarrassing. Okay.
Yeah. So, that's what I'm saying. Like, what comes around, goes around. Don't fuck with me.
Period.
And it's not because I do anything. It's because
Karma.
I have angels. And karma's a bitch.
I had a fake ass friend too, yeah. So we're gonna call this bitch Miss Puffs. Ugly, big, huge, ginormous ass bitch. So, okay, shit. Let's start how this night started. Me and her were hanging out, and she's like, let's drink. I want to drink. We were toxic back then. And mind you, I was mad young, so I was like, whatever. And I pick her up in my car, and I'm like, okay, let's get a bottle. We get a bottle. She's hitting up her ex. She's like, hit up your ex. All four of us should hang out. And I'm like, all right, my ex is ready like this, baby, to pull up on me and come hang out with me. Her ex, on the other hand, we pull up to Guacamaya. If y'all know what that is, it's a club over here. And he was with his baby mama getting out the car. She was looking bad as fuck. His baby mama with the long black hair and the little fucking puton ass dress. And she looked mad, bitch. I would have been mad too. I'm not gonna cap. I was like, damn, he did you that way, bitch. He said, I'll hit you up later. I'm at the club. And we saw him with our bare eyes because I pulled up. You know, I used to live by there.
Yeah, bitch.
Oh my God.
Why would you do that? Why would you pull up?
She told me to pull up, and I was like trying to see the tea.
If she looks raggedy, no.
So then my ex like picked me up, bum ass. So I picked him up, right? He's smoking and I'm drinking, and the other bitch is pretending to drink like always.
She used to do that a lot.
Bum ass. And I was like, whatever, I'm really drunk at this point. And they're like, you're driving really bad. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna drink and drive. So I let the little bum drive. And when I come out the gas station,
you should do this. Okay, we were young and stupid. We know better now.
I was really young, okay? So when I come out the restroom, I go in the back seat, and I'm like, whatever, you know? And then I'm like noticing they're kind of like laughing and like conversating without me type shit, like flirting. And I call my other cousin, her sister, and I'm like, girl, oh my God, like, they're doing me dirty. The music was loud, so I was like bitching, like, oh my God, you gotta come. And she's like, all right, pick me up. So her boyfriend used to live around the block, like around the area we were at. So I pick her up and this other white girl that was friends with her at the time. I picked them up and I'm like, I need to use the restroom. Can I use the restroom at your man's house? And she said, yes. And then I'm like, oh my God, they're probably flirting. And I told the other girl, I'm gonna call her Star. I tell Star, girl, you better go to the car because they're probably flirting behind my back. Like, bitch, come on. She runs out. She had my bag.
Why can I picture this?
She had my bag. But oh, I missed the part. Before I go in the car, right? before I had got out the car to go use the restroom, you know what they were doing? She's like, I want to go get another tattoo. She was wearing a little mini dress, like really short, almost to her booty cheeks. She had her thighs, like, you know, crossed her legs, and her thighs were showing, right? And she kept grabbing on her thighs, and she kept pointing at them for him to see. She's like, I want to get a thigh tattoo, like that. And he was checking her out. That's why I was acting crazy, because it was a lot of shit going on. So she runs out, and I'm in the restroom, and then me and my cousin's like, hurry up, bitch, they're probably doing some shit without you, like, come on. And then we go out, we're cruising and stuff and drinking, and I was like really, really drunk. Me and the other girl, Star, we drank the whole bottle of Bombay. And then everybody else was smoking. And I was really, really fucked up. And then I was like, why am I in the backseat of my own car? And this bitch is in the front seat with my ex. That's my man, my first love.
You woke up a little too late for my liking.
Bitch, okay? I was drunk.
Why the fuck didn't you act sooner?
Everybody was like, the white girl and my cousin was like, bitch, like, get that bitch out the front seat. Get that bitch out the front seat. And I was like, stop the fucking car. I was like crazy. And then he stops the car because like.
Was it the Buick or the Cruise?
The Cruise.
Okay.
I'm like, stop the fucking car. And he stops the car because boss over here, big boss, okay?
Bitch, no, you can't even say big boss because he was in the back seat.
Embarrassing. And then she looks back and I'm like, get out the car. Get out the car. Get in the back. And she's like, why are you acting like that, Maribel? You're being weird. I'm not being fucking weird. You're being weird. I'm like, this is my car and that's my ex. That's why I told her, get in the back. And she did. Period. And
she had done that from the beginning.
And then after that, we were still cruising. Then it's like 4 or 5 in the morning. I dropped everybody off, and I'm about to drop her off. And she's like, let me drive your car and drop him off, and then we can all go home. Like, she wanted him to get dropped off. And I said, no, you're getting dropped off. And then she keeps going off on me how I'm stupid, how I'm going to regret it. Like, I shouldn't be fucking with him. I'm like, bitch, why do you care? You were just in his face. Like, if I want to go with my ex and go do whatever I got to do, that's none of your fucking business. And I dropped that bitch off. And then I told her the next day, I'm like, I'm mad hurt how you were fucking acting. Like, why did I keep being friends with this bitch? I don't know why. I was fucking slow back then, giving these hoes Miss Puff opportunities, bitch. Mad because your ex didn't want you. Oh my god, embarrassing. Yeah, I had some fake ass friends in my time.
I'm not gonna cap, I did too.
Bitch, I was in the backseat of my own car.
You have the worst friends. Don't bring them around me no more.
I do.
I don't even have friends. So grimy
ass bitches. From now on, I'm only gonna be friends with gays and studs.
If you think about it, like, you are what you attract in that moment. Now, we're not saying we bitches are hoes, but we attract what we are in that moment.
I was not no trashy ass bitch.
No, bitch, listen. Depressed, scared, we don't know what we are, who we are, and we attract bitches like that don't know who they are, so they move out of their character, they act out of their character, they act.
I ain't never been on that shit.
They act like this, bitch, but you were not who you were. You're not who you're supposed to be, because if that was a problem, you would have never even called your ex in the first place.
True.
If you knew your value. That's what I'm saying.
Like, bitches influenced me.
Yeah.
Oh, bum ass bitch. I cannot fuck with her.
So I'm saying we
were in my shit. That bitch didn't even have a car.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We like attract the wrong people. When you're not healed properly, you attract the wrong people.
That was a sad case.
And I feel like, honestly, I'm gonna say this. The one thing I am thankful for, Plankton 411, excuse me,
midget leprechaun.
I am thankful that he taught me
Smurf
to never, ever, ever allow disrespect from day one. To make my boundaries so fucking crystal clear that you can see them from here to Mexico.
That's why it's
from here to Canada, from here to wherever. Okay.
Yes.
So I will say that I am thankful for that, even though I don't wish bad on him either.
It's like you're over it. You're grown.
I really don't wish bad on him. It makes me sad that we couldn't remain friends, because he was my best friend at one point, but clearly even my best friend wouldn't do that to me. But I wish him the best. I wish you the best, Pookie. Yeah. Find you your little Patrick Star. I hope y'all happy, and I hope you adopt all of them 4 kids so they have a daddy. No hate. Like, you know, I hope that you heal. I hope you are not an alcoholic no more. I hope you wear platforms so you're a little taller. Okay? That's it.
Yeah.
Cankle ass having ass bitch. Patrick Star. I'm not that healed, bitch. I'm not that healed.
Bad
or
hair.
11 can't even reach the top of the
Bad
shelf.
hair. Bad
How to
hair.
get a chair for him to reach the top of the shelf.
Big nose looking like Clifford. I mean, Squidward. Okay, y'all. Can guys and girls be friends? If can your man have a girl best friend? I wasn't even done asking the question.
No. You can have friends, but the moment... Listen,
Okay.
I don't give a... Okay, listen. So, I don't care if y'all... Like, for me personally, I am very trustworthy. I trust you 100% until you show me that I cannot trust you.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone I meet starts off at the same level of trust until you prove otherwise. So, for me, you can have girlfriends, but you cannot hang out with them alone. And what I mean by that is, like, you guys can go to lunch together, you know, in public. You cannot go over her house alone, and she cannot go over your house alone, vice versa. You cannot call that bitch your wifey work, your work wife or whatever, or your best friend. I'm your best friend.
For real, like, best friend, baby.
If you're with me, I should be your future wife. Because if not, why the fuck are we dating? If you're not trying to be serious, because
exactly. We're getting too fucking old for this. We're not in high school anymore.
I want a family and I want a child, and you know what? And a year from now, I hope that I can look back at this video and say like, hey, you guys, I'm pregnant.
I matured and I got this going on, right?
Yeah, I'm married because I can't be, I'm trying to do things the right way because, and I know that life doesn't always work out the way that you should, but I'd rather say, yeah, I'm going to go pick up my kid from my ex-husband's house,
Yeah, exactly.
And at least I gave it a shot because that's something I want. That is my dream and it's not everyone's dream, so please don't come at me. Like, I understand things don't always work out, but that's my dream.
Yeah, exactly.
So hopefully, like, a year from now, I'm sitting here and like, I'm pregnant.
And get like your big fat 1 carat, 2 carat ring.
For real. I don't even want a big ring. Like, just a small 2 carat. It's not too much. Something not too expensive.
Yeah.
It can be under like $5,000.
I'm excited.
I know, I'm excited too. I don't know. So I feel like with that, like, my ex did teach me that. So now, like, I set what I want in stone. What I mean by that, any small disrespect, like the guy that I was talking to,
like address it immediately.
I was talking to this guy like 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
And he thought that just because he got me a nice gift that I was going to sleep with him. And then he said, oh, well, I never told you that I wanted something serious. I'm like, yes, you did. We sat down and we discussed that we were going to, like, not right away, but we discussed that we would move towards that. And that was the end goal, to see if we were compatible or not. Because I don't need guy friends and I don't need to waste my time. Because I'm sorry, I'm not in high school no more. If I was in high school, maybe I would give you a fucking year to waste, but I'm not in high school no more.
Exactly.
So
it's like we're getting older and like we're dating to marry. If not, get the fuck out of my way so then my soulmate can find me.
And you know what's really funny? The guy that I'm talking to now, because the guy that I was talking to, I told him he gotta go because obviously you can't give me what I want.
The door.
He said, well, you're gonna find someone that is compatible with you. Tell me why 24 hours later.
Ooh.
24 fucking hours later, and I'm not gonna say that he's the greatest because I don't know yet, because we just started talking and we just started seeing each other. He's already told me crystal clear, and keep in mind that this other man told me, I'm sorry, but you want too much. No one's gonna give you what you want. No one's gonna just come up to you and be like, oh, let's go on a date. No one's gonna come up to you and be like, I want to have kids. Tell me why this guy literally told me to my face, was like, hey, I don't want to waste any time, and I'm not saying that we should rush, but I want kids one day and I want a wife. So if you feel like that's not for you, then let me know now.
Period. Is like what you said.
And he said he's like, I'm very interested in you. He said, I know the kind of person that you are. You have a good heart, and I'm very interested in you because you seem like you care a lot, and I value your time, and I don't want to waste your time.
Okay.
When he said that, I said, sir, do you want to get married right now or like when? Because I'm ready when you're ready.
It's giving. And this motherfucker was saying, bitch, just because you're not ready doesn't mean the next one.
Exactly. And I told him, I'm like, you're going to see me happy one day, and I don't want you to be bothered because you threw away an opportunity. And keep in mind, I already know this man, so that's why I talked to him like that. It's not like I just met him, okay?
Exactly.
And he told me, as long as you're happy, I'm happy. But tell me why, as soon as I was telling him, yeah, I think I found someone.
He kept trying to take you out.
Yeah, you saw, he's like, well, let's go on a date then. Let's go to the movies. Let's go to the bar.
You're doing everything you should have did. You lost your opportunity.
I told him, I'm like, even if me and this new guy don't work out, I will never see you the same. You're done.
You showed your true colors. Like,
you're executed.
Why are you gaslighting people for? Why are you trying to tell somebody what they want to hear? And then when
it's because he knew me before I was healed.
up.
He knew me before I was healed. He knew me when I didn't give a fuck and when I was begging him. And now, Bitch, my ex taught me
Never.
never again. I deserve better. I deserve the fucking world, and I deserve someone who's gonna give me a piece of the world.